Hey, Quantum. Thanks for the Patreon donation. Thank you to all the patrons. Basically, we got a bunch of new ones recently, and I'm very grateful for that. So today, how I'm going to formulate this is I'm going to go over fleets, all the stuff you should know about there. Then I'll do a brief overview of the whole roster. I'll talk about individual factions, and I'll talk about GAC teams and strategy, as well as potentially farming paths moving forward, and then anything closing. Good job on Kyber, by the way. Wow, rank 93, pretty good. All right, so fleets. What do we got going on here? This is a relatively new account, so I don't expect the fleets to be fantastic. Only 1.3 million GP. Obviously, you should be running Houndstooth. Oh, you have your BLT. I always call it the BLT. This is definitely a roster gearing up for Negotiator. So I imagine you are working towards your Negotiator. I saw you had your General Kenobi when I quickly flipped over to your roster. So work towards Negotiator with all that tier 2 guild event currency. Then with that, you'd throw like Houndstooth, you'd throw in Anakin plus anyone else. I would throw in Ahsoka and Anakin and Houndstooth, with Plo Koon coming in reinforcements and the BLT coming in after that, then maybe 5s at the end, or maybe 5s before the BLT. For right now, I imagine you're using Executrix with what you got, your TIE, probably your Geonosian fleet. You got some TIEs going on here. Okay, so I imagine that's the fleet you're using at the moment. As you progress, if you happen to unlock the bounty hunter ships at 5 stars, get them all at 5 stars, you can get the Millennium Falcon, which is fantastic for Home 1. That's the ship. I have a Negotiator. I throw Negotiator on defense, use Home 1 for offense, because Home 1 is the best offensive GAC team I find, because you have all that protection, recovery built in with Han Solo's kit as well as Home 1. So yeah, let's hop in. Nice squad arena team at 1.3 million GP. This is a fantastic team. I doubt you have a lot of issues unless you played the game a little bit, quit for a while, came back, and the shard progressed. Then maybe, but lots of people spend tons of money today, so maybe maybe this isn't the like Galactic Legends caliber that I have to face, but definitely a strong Darth Revan team. You have both Revans. Your OR is obviously up for Malik. Kind of an unnecessary Zeta here. I would have rather maybe this Zeta gone on to Darth Vader, because Darth Vader has great solo potential. Let's see, a couple of things. Yeah. Okay. So one thing right off the bat, you don't need to level up all these characters. This is probably inflating your GP. Wait, yes, sir. Yes, sir. If this video ever makes it to YouTube and you guys watch it, can I get a yes, sir in the chats? Yes, sir in the chats, boys. Good stuff there. And hey, let's go. We got it going on. Shout out to all the boys in the Discord if this video ever makes it to YouTube. You guys know where the memes are at. All right, but what I was saying is you don't need to level up all these characters until you're ready to actually use them. This is probably ballooning your GP like 100,000, honestly, since I doubt you really use any of these characters. All right, let's just go faction by faction. Bounty hunters. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. I would try to get Bosk up as fast as possible, as well as Jango. Wait, let me quickly. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. My mind is working too quickly. Okay, no Padme. That's what I thought. All right, so here's the farming strategy I want you to implement right away. I want you to start farming Bosk and Jango right now. Jango's, I see you've already started farming Jango and started farming Bosk, and you're starting to gear them up. Keep on that Jango farm, keep on that Bosk farm. Jango obviously gives you Houndstooth, which goes along with Bosk. That's why we farm Bosk at the same time. Get Jango up to 7 stars, get Bosk up to 7 stars, get the Megir 11-ish with Boba, and then maybe Mando at 7. I would probably say Zam Wessel and Dangar are the most free-to-play, accessible other 2 bounty hunters to get the 7-star Chewbacca event out of the way. They give lots of debuffs, so if you give the Zeta Troop the Bosk leadership, super viable in Grand Arena for max banners every single time. I mean, honestly, I undersize them. I go Bosk and just Boba, or Bosk, Boba, and Jango. 2 or 3 man pretty much every team. Or if there's a super strong team, you throw in all of them, you get all those bombs, all those debuffs, all that recovery. Fantastic team. Leads into Chewbacca, which is a fantastic character. Clones, I wouldn't worry too much about clones. I don't think you have Shaak Ti. I would not put any resources into them. The ones that are farmable, I wouldn't put any levels or gears, but you can obviously farm 5s and Rex and Echo, I think, pretty easily in shipments. I might be wrong about Echo, but all this stuff doesn't... Empire, let me quickly peek, see if you have a Thrawn. No, okay, so since you don't have Thrawn, I wouldn't worry too much about Phoenix. Maybe get them to 5 stars, unlock Thrawn at 5 stars, but, I mean, Thrawn is a very good character, but he's good when you need more characters, not when you need less. At this point, you don't need a ton of characters, a ton of teams, so his viability is lower. His viability will increase as you progress through the GP, but for right now, you don't really need him, except for maybe at 5 stars, which would be acceptable. But the resources you have to throw into Phoenix to get him at 6 and 7 stars is a little bit too much, not necessarily worth it. So if you follow that bounty hunter strategy, you'll get you Chewbacca. You can throw that with Han Solo and CLS. I'll talk about CLS. I haven't go. Nice. I like what's going on here, man. I like what's going on here. Okay, so let's imagine we plug in. The Padme that you'll eventually get. I have a Padme guide. If this video makes it to YouTube, you guys can watch that. But basically, new Gunray, gear 8 or 9, plus a gear 11 or 12 Jango, 2-mans, the 7-star Padme event. So you can get Padme super easily. Throw Padme with Ahsoka if you can get that Zeta on her, with General Kenobi, with Jedi Knight Anakin, who you don't seem to have, and Grandmaster Yoda until you get C-3PO. Is a fantastic team. It'll be your super big counter team. I would say it would be your super big counter team if you didn't already have Malik and Darth Revan. I'll get to it. Don't worry. Geonosians. Let's see what you got going on. I would get the other Geonosians up to 7 stars, gear 7. I would say normally for people who just got the Hyperdrive bundle or for free-to-play players, your first Cantina farm should be Old Ben Kenobi. So let me quickly check to see if you have Old Ben Kenobi. You do not. Okay, so I'd say the first Cantina farm should be Old Ben Kenobi. I would say, very first is Geonosian Soldier until you unlock the node to get Old Ben Kenobi. Once you have Old Ben Kenobi's node unlocked, once you have that tier 2 of the Cantina farms, farm up to 7 stars because Rebels are a super easy farm. Farm him, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Stormtrooper, plus the R2-D2 once you get him to 7 stars. Gets you that CLS event. CLS goes with your Han Solo, especially with the Zeta, and if you progress those bounty hunters, you have the Chewbacca, you got the 3-man. That's an efficient team, high banners, super high octane offensive team. Fantastic at all levels of the game. They're one of those teams where you don't even have to put that much gear into them. They outperform their gear, which is fantastic, and that's what we look for. So let me quickly go back. So after you get Old Ben at 7 stars, get Brood at 4 stars, leave Brood at 4 stars, get the other ones up to 7 stars, get them all gear 7 or gear 8, backwall defensive team. For people who don't have Traya or people who don't have your Darth Revan or a super powerful 3 Zeta Darth Vader, that team is either impossible or incredibly difficult to beat, and if they beat it, it's not with great banners. So that'll be your little secret on the back wall, helps you prevent your opponent from full clearing you, gives you an extra leeway in case you mess up on a battle, but we'll talk about some strategy, we'll talk about what teams to use. I doubt you'll ever mess up on a battle. And we'll talk about your secret weapon. Don't worry, I will get to your secret weapon. All right. I doubt you have Imp Troopers, yeah. Night Sisters, some people have Night Sisters. Nope, good. Old Republic, obviously you have your OR up for the Malik. Phoenix, yeah, I'd get them to like 5 star. I'd get Ezra to 5 stars, get Hera to 5 stars, just leave them there. Unlock 5-star Thrawn, yada, yada, yada. I've already talked about Rebels. They're an easy farm. Cantina, Old Ben is Cantina. R2-D2 is just have Emperor, but Darth Vader can solo it, so all you need to do is have 5-7-star Imperials, which is pretty easy. Leia and Han Solo or Stormtrooper Han are easy squad arena farms. No Rebel fighters, which is fine. Separatists. So like I said, we don't even have Nute Gunray. Okay, so Nute Gunray is also a pretty easy squad arena farm. Nute Gunray plus Jango Solo, the 7-star Padme Amidala event. If you're ever looking for another sneaky meme team, defensive team, Nute Gunray lead plus Count Dooku plus Grievous plus Droideka plus Magna Guard. Throw in the meme team together. For most players, I would say that would be more effective. For you, I'm about to talk about your Darth Revan next. Might not be as effective, but definitely could be used in a pinch for a very specific reason that I'll touch on in just a little bit. Sith, this is where we have your squad arena team, which I will back out. Throw this on your front wall. No one's beating this. Even potentially take out Malik. Well, he's 5 stars right now. You know what? I would say take out Malik. Take him out. Inject. Let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Inject. I would say inject Palpatine or Nihilus. Probably going to go with Nihilus because Palpatine's a little lower. Inject Nihilus or Palp. It's your decision, really. They're basically equal. Some cooldown increases versus some stuns plus an Annihilate. Pick your poison as the 5th man. Take out Darth Malik from that team. So that will go on your front wall. Let's say this is your front wall. You got your top up here, your bottom down here, your back, and your ships. Throw your secondary ship team back here with all the ships that aren't in your primary. If it's 2 and 1, or maybe 1 and 2, I think it would be 1, 2, 1, 1. Throw Darth Revan here with like your secondary defensive team. Throw literally anything back here and an average team here and your secondary ship here. They're not going to get through this, so all you have to do is go boom 1, ships 1, 2, 1, and you're fine. If you get your Darth Vader up to gear 12 with a couple more Zetas, Darth Vader has the potential to solo. Obviously, your Malik will get progressively better as time goes on. Malik has the potential to solo. If you follow what I'm talking about, you have your bounty hunters. Bounty hunters get high banners against anything, so go bounty hunters, high banner against anything. Once you have your bounty hunters, you'll have your Chewbacca, you'll have your CLS because Rebels are an easy farm. And R2-D2 event's pretty easy, so you have CLS, Han Solo, Chewbacca. So you go 3-man for high banners, solo, 5-man for 60 banners, 4-man for 61, 3-man for 62, 2-man for 63 banners. You're going to be super, super efficient. And then if you have, let's say you get your Han Solo, your Millennium Falcon, and then you have their fleet team right here. You can see my cursor, right? Sorry. It'd be hilarious if you couldn't see my cursor. If they have their fleet team right here, you go home 1, preferably 6 or 7 stars, home 1, but maybe even 5, doesn't really matter. It has potential to recover. Your Millennium Falcon plus your Houndstooth plus Anakin. You don't really need to bring in a reinforcement. You get 64, 67 banners here. That's game-breaking efficiency against their teams. All of this, it's game-breaking efficiency. No one's beating that, even if they quickly full clear everything one shot. They're not out efficiency. I don't know if I'm making up words at this point. But even if you didn't have that sneaky Darth Revan team that they'll never beat, and I haven't even talked about your Jedi. Let's go back in. You have so many potential for fantastic offensive teams. Let me just quickly do this to illustrate that you have way too many good teams for your own good. So for right now, until you get that Bounty Hunter team, until you get that CLS team, Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie Bindo, that's a 2-man. Basilisk Sean, Grandmaster Yoda, that's a 2-man. That's 63 banners, twice. So until you get that Darth Vader up. So let's say you progress. It's been a couple months. It's been like a month or 2. You got your Bounty Hunters up. You got your CLS up. You got your Darth Vader up. Malik solo, 64 banners. Darth Vader solo, 64 banners. Revan Jolie, 63 banners. Basilisk Sean, Grandmaster Yoda, 63 banners. CLS, 3-man, 62 banners. Bounty Hunters, could be 60 banners, could be 63 banners. Your opponent doesn't have that many teams. At that point, you can put all of those Jedi from those 2-2-mans, put them all together with, like, Jihani. Put them on the top. So you got your top Jedi Knight Revan team, your bottom Darth Revan team minus Malik. Your opponent may beat that Jedi Knight Revan team, maybe. They're not going to beat the Darth Revan team. You could be in the position to get super efficient full clears, and not even have your opponent beat a zone. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine your opponent doesn't beat a single zone? They use their whole roster. They save everything for offense. They can't beat a single zone. And you full clear with an average of 2 to 3 banners higher than max banners, then perfect. You're better than perfect on every offensive battle. Can you imagine? That's what you're looking at right now with this powerful Darth Revan, this powerful Jedi Knight Revan. If you progress that Bounty Hunter farm, if you progress that Rebel farm to get CLS, if you get that Darth Vader up, if that Malak has solo potential, that's the kind of stuff you're looking at with this roster, man. This is fantastic. And that's not that's not even counting Padme. That's not even counting Padme, because with that Jango that you farm for Bounty Hunters, you'll get Padme, General Kenobi, Anakin, Ahsoka Tano. And then Geonosians. You're in the perfect position. You're primed for so much dominance in Grand Arena that like it hurts my throat is getting sore. I've recorded a couple of these Patreon videos today. Shout out to all the patrons. Shout out to everyone in Discord. My throat is hurting from trying to explain the positioning that you've, incidental or not, you've positioned yourself with a couple of quick farms, especially since permanent double drops are here, to be game breaking pretty much. I mean, you'll be in a better place than I'm at, because I'm trying not to go over into the next division, so I can't gear up the characters for Malak. I can't upgrade my Darth Revan, or I'll go over into the next division. If you follow these quick farms, they're pretty fast, most of them. This account will be better than mine, especially because I don't think this is a hyperdrive bundle account, so you don't have all that dead weight I have. If you stop doing this stuff and upgrading characters you don't need, you'd probably be at like 1 million GP, 1.1 million GP. This account has the potential to be like the most efficient account possible. I guess just some food for thought. So let me recap. You're dominating on offense. You're dominating on defense. Throw Darth Revan on defense. Save Malak for a solo. You got efficient banners there. Farms you should be doing right now. Jango, Bosk. You get those guys, Dengar and Zam in the guild, the currency you get from raids. So you have those 4 bounty hunters you'll be farming right now. That'll get you Chewbacca to go with Han Solo. After you get those bounty hunters, the rebels are an easy farm. You got your rebels up, you get your CLS. So you have your Chewbacca, you have your Han Solo. After you do the rebels, you'll have CLS. You'll have a 3-man high banner efficient team. Not only are their high banners and efficient, they're powerful. So if your opponent has a strong defense, you can wipe them out. If your opponent has a Darth Revan and you really gear up your CLS, I mean, CLS beats Darth Revan. So you'll have that. You'll have your bounty hunters, right? Your Jedi are already in position. Your Sith are already in position. Once you have your Jango, get your Newt up to gear 8, gear 9, Jango gear 10, gear 11 or 12, you'll have your Padme. Get your Anakin up, you'll have a fantastic Padme team. Oh man, I'm forgetting Geos. I mean, your next Cantina farm after Old Ben Kenobi will be Geonosians. This is what your defense could look like. You could go Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Padme Geos, 4 teams on the front wall, garbage in the back, ships doesn't matter. You could have a Malak solo, you could have a Darth Vader solo, high banners, high offense from bounty hunters, CLS. At that point, you'll have like a Stunlock Emperor Palpatine Thrawn team. I mean, man, you've really set your, and I mean, it shows right here. It shows that you've been doing good work. So I'm proud of this account. Thank you again for the donation. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate everyone who either supports with the donations or is active in Discord or just part of the community. You guys are all the best. And Quantum, thank you so much.